Good evening everyone and welcome to the final round of the Second Chance Sunday series. This is round 6 and we've got a 60-minute race at Kyalami tonight. About 36 drivers on the grid currently and we're expecting maybe 2 or 3 more to come in during qualifying. So it's going to be an interesting one for sure. I'm Harry, you're joined by John and Luke as well.
Good evening everybody.
Evening.
We're in qualifying at the moment, 15 minutes left. I think the first couple of people are starting to come across the line now. There's a lot of fast drivers on the grid tonight. I've been seeing some quite low times. We're in the 140s already. So I'm thinking it's going to be some good battles, especially up at the front.
Yeah, absolutely. I think as well, the track temp is it's pretty high, 27, I suppose. It's quite high. I don't think we're going to see a 40 flat, or even a 39 actually, but maybe cooler temps than we will. But yeah, we've got Eric Dreyer up in what, P2?
Yeah,
currently?
yeah, P2. He was usually in the McLaren and he's very fast in that, but he's decided due to his lead in the standings and his excellent pace in the McLaren, he's decided to switch for a slower car this week. He's gone into the Honda.
And this is his special livery, is it? This one-off livery that he's doing?
Yeah, exactly that. You can see the Austrian flag on the front, mixed with his normal sort of flame livery on the back, and then some ACM logos in between. I think it looks really quite nice.
It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, it's worked out really well, and it's got "Thank you, Harry."
What does it say on the
back.
back?
It's got "Thank you, Harry." Yeah, he's a very fast driver. We'll be keeping our eye on him tonight a lot for sure. He's currently leading the standings, followed by Mr. Hanak in his McLaren. So
yeah, so Eric's pretty much he has won every race that he's attended actually this series.
Is that how it's
bar
gone?
one?
Yeah,
bar one, which was round 2. He didn't attend that one, but Hanak, he's given him a good run for his money. He's unfortunately Hanak had a pretty well. Looking at the rest of his results, a poor race. The last race, didn't watch the last one, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. But he's on 275 points, and Dreyer is on 306. So it's going to be a bit of an ask for Hanak to steal that off of Dreyer, but we'll see. Oh, actually, I did watch it. It was a Spa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there's a bit of contact between Hanak and was it Hanak or Dreyer and someone else?
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember exactly. We've had a lot of racing since then, but it was something along the lines of that. But I mean, anything can happen. This is racing. We've got 36 cars on the grid, so
very close actually in the standings for P3 as well. You got Stuart Pryor on 210 points, followed by Jan Overbeck on 208, and then Alexander Astikov on 207. And he's in 5th place. So all to play for those guys there to get that last podium step, the championship.
Yeah, I mean, to be that close at the end of a 6-round series is pretty mental going. So I'm looking forward to what's going to unfold tonight.
Yeah, pretty decent. Do you want to put push times? F2, I think, Harry, on
What's
your
that?
push F2 and cycle to broadcast view?
Oh yeah.
I think it's F2. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's it.
Got to do that. What sort of lap times are we getting in then? 140.8 is still the fastest. That was set by Kim.
Kim Max Hustle.
And then Eusebi, who's fortunately named himself Artosis, is slow tonight in the 29 Ferrari. He's on a 140.8 as well. My race control is bugged. Yeah, it's disconnected.
Yeah, mine has as well, actually.
Not sure what's happened there.
Mine keeps doing it, actually.
Yours working, Luke?
It's working. Yeah.
Restart mine.
I've restarted mine. It says not supported.
Yeah, mine's not working at all.
That's not good.
Connection timed out. Well, let's have to see if it comes back in for the race.
Yeah,
I'm
might
not
have
sure.
to.
I mean, I don't think you have to have it's not a certain amount of connections, is there, for that?
I don't think so because we've had 60 before on Nordschleifer, so.
Yeah. Well, that's to just
Um,
sort of see what happens with that.
yeah, I might have to because the only thing is the incidents won't track.
Luke's his one's working, isn't it?
Yeah, are you able to connect to the sheet, Luke?
Uh, no.
Interesting.
I'm just going to reconnect to it and see what happens.
Now I'm going to try and rejoin into the server.
Green light. Give it all you can.
Yeah, it works if you rejoin the server.
Does it? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got 10 minutes left to quali. Change for the lead at the top. Again, actually. Tamara Simhaven in the Ferrari. Is he in the 296? I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
With a
he is.
40.2. Followed by Max Hustle. Nearly 2 tenths off. And then Pryor in P3. So great effort from Pryor. A few guys in the pits at the moment.
I think Timara actually just had a bit of a spin. I think I saw that before I disconnected. He was just coming out to do the last half, probably on new tyres.
It's probably worth pointing out that the Mustang seems to be very quick in a straight line.
Yeah, what's the speed trap saying? Yeah, for that 246.
May not. Yeah, it might not be there just for me just yet.
Yeah, I'll have to wait until some more drivers do some laps. Pryor's doing incredibly well actually, 140.7. Wow. He's up in third place at the moment.
Yeah, well, we see actually from the ACM and Big Brain event yesterday that the Aston seems to be quite a good car at Kyalami.
Yeah,
Seems to
definitely.
be quite complete, especially in the rain.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
The Aston won it yesterday, so I know we might see a Pryor first place.
I can't actually see any ballast applied to anybody tonight. Is there no ballast in
There's
this
no
series?
ballast. No, it's not a Discord series event, so it's
Right.
there's no ballast, and then we've not yet got a car ballast or a car bop.
Right.
So it's just stock at the moment. So yeah, I think the Astons are going to have quite a dominant one tonight.
All right, should be good.
Got Jay Wolf on number 201, 5 at the moment. He's in an Aston as well. Quite a nice livery on that Aston as well, to be fair.
That is nice, yeah.
Yeah, my
Also, we've got Krasnov.
yeah, Nelson's not just playing up, so
Is it not working again?
yeah, I've got too many collections. I need to sign out of a few for it to download them again.
If anyone's in the chat watching, say hello. If you want us to focus on anyone, let us know on that as well. I think most people have finished their laps now, so we've got a couple of drivers still to set a lap. Evan at the back, they're currently waiting to do a lap. They'll complete it now, to be fair. And we've got Iverson, who's in the pit lane as well, who's yet to set a lap. I think generally everyone's doing quite well. I mean, the top 21 drivers are all in the 141s. The top 23 drivers are all in the 141s, so or below.
Kelly's just about to cross the line, going a 1.8 second relative up, so jumping back up. Yeah, it's jumped up to P25, so good effort there.
Yeah, that's good. I think he's got more in him, to be fair. I know Kelly is quite a fast driver.
Yeah, well, he's usually higher up the grid, isn't he? So
yeah, so I think he's definitely got some more
expect
time.
to see him a little bit higher up. Yeah.
Blanchette in the ACM livery, we were complimenting that earlier. He's currently sat in P17 with a 141.4. I think he's got some more time in him as well. He was in the Ferrari yesterday for the 6-hour endurance. He did quite well, so I think he's definitely got some more time that he can extract.
Yeah. How did those guys get on? Because it was Pryor and Blanchett together, wasn't it?
Yeah, let me just check the standings on that actually. I think he placed maybe 11th or 10th, so I think they did quite well. And they also had some issues in the pit lane, so I think to recover from that, I could be wrong actually, could be entirely wrong. Yeah, I am. They placed 16th. They were running in sort of 10th and 11th, and then they had some issues in the pit lane, so I think they dropped down quite a bit.
All right.
But no, they did well. They got the points that they needed for the Discord series, anyhow.
Happy days. Krasnov sitting in the pits. Have he had enough? Has he 5 minutes to go? Maybe make some few setup tweaks.
Yeah, he was in the race yesterday, running the Audi. I think they were having some problems with the rain in the Audi. I know they were having like some arguments beforehand over what car to race. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean it is particularly difficult in the rain.
Yeah.
The Audi, I've got to say.
Didn't we do a Silverstone endurance in the Audi? Point.
We did actually, yeah.
I think it was raining.
Having said that, it was raining. Or it never stops raining at Silverstone.
Yeah.
But I think we've done all right actually with that one. That
was the Williams.
They had quite a good setup for that car. Yeah, that was for the Williams Esports League, yeah, or the Williams Gaming Club.
Yep. It was good that. So yeah, maybe it's just not a good track for the Audi. Obviously, all the tracks in this series are community voted, so we don't decide anything. It's all decided by you guys through a poll, so we're not to blame if you have an issue with the track.
I must admit, I was quite surprised to see Kyalami again, given that there was that endurance race yesterday. So,
well, there was the Kyalami endurance yesterday, and then we got a Kyalami endurance Wednesday, and then we got the race today, and then there's also a potential for the race on Friday to be Kyalami as well. So, yeah.
Interestingly, my race control doesn't show the Ford. Just has no entry sign.
I don't think it's been added yet.
Yeah. So we've got two Astons up there now, P3 and P4. Fire and Romeo. The gap between those two are very close, actually, between P3 and P4. And very close for Eusebi as well. Those guys are very close together.
Yeah, there's a 3,000 between Romeo and Eusebi.
Yeah, a lot of cars on track. I mean, it's pretty much the whole pack.
Yeah, 37. We've got 65 sign-ups, and then I think we've got 16 or so signed out. So we're expecting about 39 or so.
Yeah. Yeah, still a good show.
Sorry, 49. I can't do maths.
Sure, with this, because the track's quite small, really.
Yeah. I mean, you can see.
Actually, there are good places to overtake as well. So.
Yeah, you can see on the track map how many cars are on grid tonight.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting race start for sure.
So, leader set 140.2. The lowest valid lap we've got is a 47.9. Quite a big gap as performance.
But saying that, I think up to about P29, or at least P26, they're within 2 seconds of each other. So
yeah, and it must be said that we have got a few rookies, some newer drivers to ACM that are competing in this race. Not sure if it's some of their first time or not. So there is a couple of drivers' names that I don't recognise. So
yeah, Gavin Iverson is a driver to mention. He was doing the endurance race yesterday. He did it solo, and he's on controller.
Yeah, fair play.
So doing 6 hours solo yesterday on the controller to do 60 minutes on the controller again today in a different car is no mean feat, and it's got to be respected.
Yeah, there's no way I'd have been doing that on the controller.
Yeah, I think he said yesterday he needs some new fingers after what he was
I'm
doing
not
on the
surprised.
controller.
Yeah.
I think the sticks would have been worn out as well, for sure. What's the gap from P1 to P2?
They're sitting currently at 2/10.
Tenths, yeah.
And pretty much the same for to P3 as well. P1, he's just sitting in the pits at the minute. He's satisfied with that lap.
I don't think he needs to do much else, to be honest. We know Tumara as a very fast driver. They did some. I think the last time they joined us, they were in the GT4 at Nordschleifer. Yeah, guys from Simhaven.
So Hustle's slightly up on the lap. On the
Yeah,
Delta.
I mean they're
only
only on
marginal.
the first corner as well, so they got the entire lap to sort of find some time. They might find 2/10 in there. I know Kim is quite a fast driver, so I do believe he's got some time in there. I think it's got to be mentioned as well how good that livery is.
It is really nice.
I don't know if we've already
Yeah,
said
it's
it,
pretty
but
cool.
Guys racing from Korea.
I must admit, the colours on the side does look a little bit like the Pepsi Cola logo.
I think it's
It's Korean. It looks like some of the Korean colours, doesn't it?
yeah, it's the Korean flag. It's sort of the central bit, but it's in sort of like a floral pattern. I do really quite like it.
Got Sully in the chat saying 6 hours on controller. Damn.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that statement. It is mental what he did. I think he did total 140 odd laps, 130.
That's crazy.
So yeah, mental, absolutely absurd.
Yeah,
But fair play
I'm
to him.
looking forward to seeing Gav improve really because I know he's sort of looking out for a wheelbase and
Yep.
and a bit of a setup.
Yeah, I think he's
I'm
moving
not
up
sure
to
if he
Moser
said he
soon.
was. Oh, he's going Moser, is he? Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what he was going to do, whether he was going to be going Moser or something else. But I suppose with the Mosers you can clamp to a desk on that. So I don't know if he's going for a rig or anything.
Couldn't tell you. Might be something to ask him after the race if we do a post-race interview. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him improve as well. I think you were doing some laps with him earlier in the week, weren't you, for the 32019?
Yeah, we done. Yeah, I was giving him a few pointers really, just to try and help him out a little bit. He improved some lap time. See, Mark Mass is in here as well. Only P33 in the Macca.
Yeah, he's a driver that's fairly new to sim racing. I think he's had just less than 100 hours at the moment. So he's doing quite well actually in the McLaren. Be about 4 seconds off the pace, but yeah, we'll have a look down the grid and we'll see what we've got going on. So 37 drivers total. You can see the cars lined up here. An abundance of liveries as well, which is always good to see. So obviously tomorrow he qualified in first place, and Max Hussle slightly behind, and which. Romeo qualified in P3, so they did quite well. Pryor actually ended up in P6, so incredibly good performance from him. Andreas was only a slight bit ahead of that in the Honda. Fess qualified in P4. Eusebi qualified in P7 as well, so I think at least the top 10 are going to be having some good battles. Hanak, who is contender for P1, qualified in P8, so 3 positions behind Dreyer. I think, to be honest, if he wants to claim that P1, Dreyer needs to have quite a bad race, and Hanak probably needs to win. There's about a 25-point difference between the two, maybe more. Gibbons, good driver, who's raced with us for quite a while. They've qualified in P9, followed by Michael Firth in the Mustang. They qualified in P10. P12, P11 we had Wolf in the second Aston on the grid. Krasnov in the Audi, who we were talking about earlier, qualified in P12. I'm going to butcher this name, but Hardidja in P13 in Ferrari, quite well there. Mitchell, I think he's a new driver as well in the 888 McLaren, qualified 14, and De Luca in the Ferrari, qualified in P15. I'm in for some good battles tonight. I think that's what we're going to see. Hopefully they keep it all clean on the start.
Yeah, I hope so. But if not, Luke, you're going to be pretty busy in the stewards room, mate.
Yeah. Could be some silence from you for the majority of the race, but anything you don't cover we'll do after the race anyhow, so there's no stress to get it done.
Yeah, as long as there's nothing major, I think I should be alright.
If there is, you just set it to investigate after the race and we'll take a look. So the last couple of drivers are pulling away from their grid stands now. We've actually got a Porsche at the back, actually, I didn't know that. That's Kaleka in the number 17 Porsche at the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, very varied grid tonight. It's good to see a Lamborghini so high up, and obviously the Honda of Dreyer is something to note as well. Not too many Ferraris. But to be honest, they're all mid-pack, because I think the Ferrari's quite a bad car at Kyalami. Welcome to the chat, Will. Saying he's timed it well. Extra points to whoever spins out Ben, so he doesn't beat me on points. All good sportsmanship in there. Where is Ben actually? I don't think we've mentioned him. He's down in P28.
Yeah.
Another Lamborghini.
Yeah, just looking at the standings on that as well. So you got Will Gossel, who's sadly not able to race tonight because he's had some update issues with his ACC.
Yep.
So he's on 57 points. Ben Eady's on 55 points. So yeah, I think Will, you've probably got a strong chance of dropping behind Ben tonight, but we'll see how his race goes.
Yeah.
There's points all the way down to 32nd place. Yeah, you've got it's a bit of an ask, but we'll see. You never know. He's racing.
This is what I like about the Discord series. It's over a longer period of time, so you've got more chance to sort of get redemption. And obviously they're all varied on times and days as well, so it's good.
Yeah. Plus your driver success ballast and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Will vary depending on how you do in the season as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to have that level of ballast. If you're negative or whether you're positive, it's going to always change.
Yeah, depending on your performance, it's good to have, and I think it's something that not a lot of leagues do. I think we're probably the only one that does something about this, so proud I can say that, really. Anyhow, on to this race. The drivers are around in the second to last corner of the formation lap. They're lined up in double file at the moment. We're on the wing of the current race leader, Tumara. Catch him for the race start. We'll try and get a good camera angle. But it will be difficult catching 37 cars coming through the first corner. So, into the first corner, it'll be a battle between Tumara and Max Hustle, with Romeo edging on behind. Waiting for green.
Commentator's curse, Will say.
Yeah.
Here we go, lights out.
And lights out, green. So they're away. We'll try and get on the helicam. See who's got the good start. The McLaren on the outside, I think that's the McLaren of Fess, has got a good start. And Max Hustle moves over to cover the inside.
Yeah,
There's
very
some small
aggressive
contact there with Tumara as they went 3 wide into the first corner. Looks like they've all recovered okay. Hopefully further down the grid it's alright. I think everyone's so far filing through in double file. I'm quite happy with that start, to be honest. Yeah, it looks quite good. There was the contact on the first corner, of course, but nothing too significant. Yeah. It's the grid standings bug out as the drivers run through. The Mustang on the outside there, I think that might be no, it's actually Solarino who went around the outside of De Luca there, I think that was. We'll switch back up to the front and see what the leaders are doing. Max Hustle has began to run away with it, to be honest. It's 0.6 seconds to Tumara behind. and then Drea's made his way up from P5 into P3, so he's doing very well on the start in that Honda. I think Romeo was the biggest loser out of all of this. He's dropped down into P8 at the moment, with Giuseppe in front of him. But generally, I think that was a very good start. We've got all drivers sort of filing through now. We've not got anyone lagging behind.
As you say that, there's a move on Hannock.
Oh, there's a move on Hannock. Yeah, Romeo's gone around the... Was that the inside or outside there? I think I missed that looking at the chat.
Yeah, it looks like he's got it done.
But yeah, that was a very clean move, to be fair. It was done early, nice and early on lap 1, so now he's got a bit of air in front of him to Giuseppe. Switch to a better angle here now. So yeah, Tomorrow lost out on that first corner, really. They had the contact, and I think that might have set him back. Obviously, we saw Max Hussle moving over to defend the inside line on the start. So we'll actually try and go back and see if we can get a view of race starts. We'll see if we can look at it again. So as we went down into the first corner, Max Hussle was on the outside, went to cover the inside, and then from there it was sort of 4-way into the first corner. The driver on the outside, kind of a 727, that was Fess. They sort of closed the door, probably not expecting 4 drivers to be coming through the grid like that. But I think overall that was a good start from everyone, so it's good to see, really.
Yeah, nice and clean.
And no commentator's curse, like Will said, so maybe it was an anti-curse from Will.
Oh, not yet. Don't spoil it.
Yeah. Andreas spun.
Wow. There it is. The curse strikes again.
That was potentially the worst timing or the best timing, depending on how you look at it.
Can we see that? Is there available for that?
Yeah. Let me on that quickly. So Andrea came around the corner. I've just missed it. He came around the corner. The back end came out.
Yeah, rear end got a bit saucy.
Yeah, so maybe he went on the inside curb. But if I can, I'll try and go and see earlier on. We'll cook a bit now. So maybe he got on the curb and then got a little bit unsteady after that. We'll try and see it from the helicam view. Since the first chicane, the second curb, a little bit bouncy, and yeah, just oversteer and wasn't able to save it. So we'll have a little bit of damage from that on the front end. Hopefully not too much. He's dropped down into P26. Wow. Hannock could be in a good position here now, really. It's going to be a very difficult one for Drea to recover this.
He's come down to the last race.
Yeah. Maybe Drea's going to regret his decisions for moving to the Honda. Both Hannock and Drea both have a lot of trophies next to their name. Not as much as you, John, but still quite a lot of trophies.
Yeah, they're catching me up. They're catching me up now, so I should probably take part in some more races. Try and defend that title. But we've got some moves with Drea actually. Trying to make a move on Spadaro. He's all over the back of that Mustang.
Yeah.
VTEC's kicking in, I think.
Eco boost on the Mustang in front. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult one for Drea to cling it back. He's going to have some good battles, so we'll try and keep our eye on him.
I think he's going to get the move. Going to get the move into the top of the hill here.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the move done.
Yeah.
I was about to say, let's see what the top speed's like, because I'm pretty sure the Mustang is really good.
Yeah.
Here it comes back.
Yeah, Spadaro actually has the joint fastest speed trap time at the moment with Pebben in the McLaren. That's 245 kilometers an hour. I have a feeling that's at the end of the first straight. I don't know where else the speed trap.
Oh, there's a spinner. There's a spinner.
That's the McLaren of. Oh no, that's the Ferrari. Blanchet is in the middle of the.
Oh, he's not in a good place there. He's
returned to garage, probably a good idea. Ben, I think, has also had a bit of a spin there. We'll try and go back and see what happened if we can. Ben came around the corner. I don't know if he got caught up with Blanchet or anything. Oh, wow. That wasn't nice. Wow. Yeah.
That's unreal.
That was mental. That I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened. I can try and cut to what we saw from Blanchet. Maybe there was something there, but he's unfortunately left the race now, which is never good to see.
Delarue car 313 making a move on Peven.
313. Let me try and find that.
It's currently side by side.
Oh yeah, that's down in P25 and P26. Two McLarens there. One goes wide, but I think they'll keep the position. I think that's Rue who kept the position. The Mustang of Spadaro goes wide there. Hopefully he rejoins safely, which I think they have done. Ben's actually managed to recover quite well from his spin that he's just had. He's now up in 26th place.
Yeah, he's closing in on that battle just in front as well.
Yeah, I think the incident that Blanchett had there has massively separated the grid. The gap between LaRue and in front is about 9 seconds. So he's definitely got some clean air in front of him, but a lot to gain if he wants to get up to Dreyer. And I think Dreyer got lucky with that. They didn't, fortunately, didn't get caught up in it. I've just noticed the team name for Dreyer's Honda. It's the Dronda ACM livery. The Dreyer Honda combo there. That's always good to see. Up at the front. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I'm just looking through to see what was going on because you've got the leader, Hustle. He's 0.4 in the lead. I mean, he must have made a mistake because he was about, I think it was about 1.5 seconds. So you got Tamura closing in on the back of him now. There are a few ping issues for one of them drivers.
Which one's that?
Sure. Can't really see too much on my screen here, but I think it might be Hustle. Just every now and then his car looks like it's skewing across the screen on mine.
Yeah, well, he is from Korea. I think he was on the red, but we've never really had an issue with his ping. Might be the occasional spike, maybe some packet loss. But yeah, if you do see it, that is why. I think actually, if we ignore the fact that he's just gone wide, I think tomorrow might be catching Hustle in that Ferrari. So I don't know how good the Lamborghini is on the tyres.
Well, you say that, and I think he is because his last lap was a 41.5. They've actually equalised that in the last lap. Both done the same lap time despite Tamura going off. But Hustle's fastest lap's a 40.8 versus Tamura's 41.1. But you know what? P3 is quietly catching. Is that? I'm not sure how to pronounce the surname yet. Is it Fess? Is it?
I'm going to assume it is. If we butchered it, I do apologise.
Well, I mean that's the fastest lap of the race at the moment. It's 40.7 step by himself.
That's a very good race lap time, and it looks like he's got damage on the side of that car. That might have been from turn 1, so it's good going to get the fastest lap with damage. And he was also 0.3 faster on that previous lap compared to the guys in front. So we've got a spinner, car number 21. That's Leon Hara, unfortunately. They've had a bit of a... Hopefully they rejoin safely there. It's a good livery.
Harry, go on board 82.
82.
R82.
Where are they?
Currently sort of halfway around the track at the moment. Arminsky.
Yeah, they're battling with the Luca. Is that?
The Luca, he was all over the back of him the second day. Lost a little bit of time there. I mean, we know that the Ferrari's quite sensitive to, the air that's coming off the back of another car, but
they've just gone wide there.
He's looking pretty racy, Arminsky.
Yeah. We've seen Arminsky in a couple of the races previously. Nothing of significance from what I can remember, but I don't think he's had anything bad either, which is good. So we could see some interesting battles between these two. Ferrari
Got some support in the chat as well for Galamini.
Yep.
He's currently in P13.
Yep, he's doing very well. I think his last lap was a 1:41.7. Very good. Slightly slower than Solarino in front, but it's a lot faster than the guys behind. So hopefully we'll see him in the top 10 at the end.
Gibbons pushing onto the back of Pryor as well. He's got another Aston all over his rear end.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. So it's an Aston sandwich for Mr. Gibbons in that McLaren. Pryor's doing very well. I think we were saying that during the qualifying session. He's in P7 at the moment. And we know Pryor to be a very clean driver. I think he's now hit a total of over 2,000 laps with us. So massive props to him. And I think he's also the highest rated by at least 30 points in ACM as well. So I've got massive respect for Pryor.
Yeah, I think he's ACM's probably most veteran driver, I'd say now.
Yeah, definitely. Been racing with us for at least a year now. I think actually, well, ACM's turning 1 year old soon, so first race is in about a week, or it would have been in a week. I think Pryor joined that one, so yeah, he is the most veteran driver at ACM. I don't think he's been the luckiest of drivers recently, unfortunately. I know that Blanchette is his close friend. Obviously had that incident earlier in the race, and those two were teamed up together yesterday. But I think Pryor's had some unfortunate sort of races with us during this championship.
Yeah,
so
he has been unlucky.
Yeah, he's
Just been collected in a few incidents which have been no fault of his own.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we know him to be a clean driver, like I said. So hopefully he sticks to this P7 that he's got at the moment and keeps it going until the end. And I mean, you never know as well.
Crossed.
The guys up at the front, they can make a mistake. It could be a battle there. Drea's in the pit lane, I've just seen. I don't know if that's with damage, but it's too early for the mandatory pit stop. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe Drea could lose his P1 here.
Just looking out on track, there's quite a close battle going on between Mark Mass and Galeka. Griffiths.
Yeah, Griffiths, he's got 0.8.
It's fizzled out a little bit now. Mark was really putting the power down, getting a little bit squirmy out one of those last corners.
Yeah, he's also going off
Using
the race
all of the
to
time.
sort of block off the Griffiths from getting the slipstream as well, whatever slipstream there is from back there. I'll go back on board with Wolf as he's 0.3 seconds behind Gibbons in front. I think he's looking at the inside at the moment, but there's not going to be a move made. As Gibbons gets a little bit squiggly through that previous corner. I think probably what Pryor needs from this is Wolf and Gibbons to battle. Oh, I don't know what that McLaren's doing. That's Hannock. We've got a little bit unsteady there, and that's 3 cars wide. Pryor goes wide. Gibbons has gone through.
Gone deep.
Yeah, Pryor went deep into that corner. Gibbons has gone through now into 6th place, and Hannock's now drops down into 7th, with Pryor and Wolf right behind. So it's the 2 Astons versus the 2 McLarens here. 4 wide into the first corner. We've seen this before. Hopefully they make no contact. Hannock's backed out a little bit.
Really good grip.
But he's going to get a better exit. Whether he's going to be able to make use of it without contact, I suppose we'll find out soon. And now the Aston of Firth is looking to get in the action as Pryor goes deep into the corner again, rejoins the circuit in front of the Mustang. The Mustang makes the position on Pryor as well, and now we've got, I think that's Mitchell behind in the McLaren that's now looking to get into this action as well. So Gibbons, a massive winner out of this. He's now got 1.2 seconds to Hannock behind.
Great driving from everybody there.
Yeah, that was mental. I could barely keep up with everything, but I think unfortunately, as we were saying all the good things about Pryor, he's been unlucky with what's going on around him. He's dropped down into P11 from P7, so
Yeah.
he's gone deep into a couple corners, and unfortunately has dropped out top 10 positions. But I believe in him, and I do think he's good with the pit stops as well. So I think we'll see him back in the top 10 soon enough.
Yeah, he's definitely got the pace. I think with the Aston as well is that if you go just a little bit too much on the brakes, you tend to lock up quite easily in the Aston round here. Well, at least I was anyway on the setup I had. Not sure if you found that on your endurance race that you did yesterday, but I was definitely finding a bit too much locking up, depending on where the brake bias was as well.
Yeah, I had a couple moments where I sort of lost the front right, I think, into the corner that we went through. But obviously it was in the wet as well, so it's probably more susceptible to that sort of stuff. We'll go back on board with Pryor now. You can see it's all sort of spread out. We probably won't see another 4 or 5 wide into the first sector again for a bit of time. But yeah, Gibbons has done really well in that there to get himself into P6. I think everyone tried to.
There's a move being made behind as well, Harry. Sorry, yeah, we've got Galamini, 779.
Yeah, is he gone past Astikov?
Yeah, he had Astikov all over the back of him. It looked like there was going to be a move into turn 1.
it's hard to know which one to switch to, because we've got Overbeck, who's about 0.2 behind Krasnov, who's 0.6 behind Astakov, who's 0.1 behind Galamini, and then we've still got the P6 battle between Hanak, Wolf, Firth, Mitchell, Pryor, and Gibbons. So it's a massive train of cars at the moment.
All the action on track.
Yeah, and I think to be honest, if we get any closer, if there's another battle between P6 and P10, we could see Solarino catching him 1.5 seconds battle in front. So it could be sort of a 6 or a 10-way battle for P6, which I'd love to see.
Yeah, there's just too much going on. I can't keep up with it all at the minute.
Yeah, how are the incidents going, Luke? Have we got anything major so far?
There's been a couple bad incidents, but not too bad. All right.
Yeah, I'm having a look at the sheet. There's not too many. We've got 21 incidents so far, and it's only 20 minutes into the race. Hopefully they settle down a little bit as the pack gets wider. But if we have something like we saw a minute ago, then expect some more. I think Dreyer might have retired from this race. He's messaging in the chat. He's saying, "Makes no sense how the car was spinning out in lap 1. Trophy lost again. Get yourself back out. You never know what could happen." I see you got
a big
stop
spin.
go second as well. Oh, who's that? Is that
313. Delarue, the 313 just had a massive spin. He's got it back into the pits, but the pit window he's 2 minutes shy.
Yeah.
I think the car may be done.
Was it quite a big impact, or?
Yeah, it was. If I have a look on 313 on a replay.
Wow, that's a lot of damage to the front end. And then we saw Maz and Griffiths there as well. They had a bit of a spin. I think Maz is waiting to get back on track, but he's got the 10-way battle between P16 and P6 to wait for. Dre said he was retired after the car was not braking out of damage and I got stopped by 30. Ah man. Yeah, I bet you're regretting in the Honda now, or putting the option out, but it's unfortunate to see. There's always 7-round Sunday, and then you'll probably
making a move on Krasnov.
You'll probably want to win the one after that as well. I'll not share any major details, but put it this way, you'll want to win that one for sure. Gray's saying it's not really a car problem, it's an ACC issue. Yeah, I mean, I think we saw the curb not doing too nicely there. I do like that livery that Overbeck's. They have a bit of door-to-door bang in there, and he's gone round. I was about to say I do like that livery on the BMW. They stuck some ACM badges on there as well, which is always good to see. Hopefully he gets it going safely. He's got a gap to rejoin now. But yeah, there was a bit of door bang in there between him and I think that was Krasnov, unfortunately. I think he might be able to recover it soon, hopefully. Hanak is back on the rear end of Gibbons, but Wolf is not letting him have it easy. He's about 0.2 seconds behind Hanak in the Aston. Firth has dropped back a slight way. He's about 1.3 seconds behind Wolf, and Mitchell and Pryor behind are about 0.6 seconds respectively. Up at the top, it's no real difference. Max Hussle, Tumara and Fess are all about 1 to 2 seconds between each other. Userby's about 3 seconds down from them, and then we've got Romeo, who's managed to claw his way back up into P5, who's about 4 seconds from them. Gibbons, obviously, who we're on with at the moment, he's up in P6, but he's about 3 seconds down on Romeo after that battle that we had between all of them earlier. I'm going to go on the wing of Hanak, actually.
I was going to say, this is the closest battle on track at the moment.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening between
these three.
Him, Wolf. All got about 0.1
pit windows open.
Yep, good point. Pit windows open now. So I think actually these drivers that we're on with now will probably be looking at what they can do on the pit stop. It'll either be one person goes in and all go in, or one person goes in and the rest stay out.
Yeah.
Looks like they're all staying out for this one. We've had one driver pit. I think that was Mitchell and Pryor in the pit lane, and that's not the nicest behaviour there. I think Mitchell brake checked Pryor on the exit on the entry, but I'm not going to say too much on that. But that's what it looked like from me. That'll be an incident for you anyways, Luke, so enjoy looking at that one.
Thank you.
Back on board with the action then. Gibbons is still about 0.5 in front of Hanak, and Wolf and Firth were getting quite close on the first corner there. There's about 0.2, 0.3 between those. it is some mental action going on at the moment. And it'd be interesting to see, to be honest, where Pryor and Mitchell come out of the pit lane in relation to everyone else. We know that they were about 1 second from P6, so depending on how much traffic they get when they get out, it could be interesting. A lot of drivers actually, looking at the pit lane, have gone in early. We've got 8 drivers in there, sorry, 9 drivers in there at the moment. It's only
Do
the
we
first
know
2
if
minutes.
if the undercut is more powerful than the overcut?
I can't say on that, to be honest. I think, to be honest, it depends with how many cars we got on track. It depends on where you exit the pit lane. If you come out in traffic, you're going to have some problems. But if you come out with clean air, you're probably going to get the undercut.
Yeah.
Is how it's going to go this evening. We're
We
still on
got
board.
5 drivers in the pits at the moment.
Yeah, I think Pryor and them lot are just leaving now. I think it was Gibbons going slightly wide there. We saw some dirt being kicked up. There's about 0.5 seconds between all the drivers here, really. Hanek, Wolf, Firth, and Kyalami.
Surprised Wolf stayed out. I would have thought he would have started into the pits.
If I was in his position,
He's got the
I probably
pace.
would. Yeah.
Yeah, he does seem like
seems
he's
to
got the pace.
He seems to be on the back of Hanek majority of the time. I think there's someone. Oh, it's a back marker going wide there to let all the drivers through.
Yeah, I think I'd be inclined to pit and then try and undercut these two. These two are fighting.
Who's this?
Definitely going to have that clear space. Wolf.
Yeah, Wolf and Gibbons. I think further back as well, Astakov, Galamini and Solarino are battling. It's sort of spread out between Galamini and Solarino now, but Astakov's 0.3 seconds behind Galamini. So everyone apart from these guys are sort of spread out now, so it's quite a large car battle for about P6. Will said in chat, with Dreyer out, Hanak will need to finish higher than 12th to take the championship. And the scores will be even if Hanak finishes 12th. So at the moment, it is going to be Hanak for the win of this championship.
Oh, wow. Was not expecting that.
No. Dreyer got very unlucky. I think, to be honest, Dreyer.
Whoa, it was a big crash.
Big crash there. Gibbons has gone. I think that was Hanak as well who's gone. So, as we were saying, Hanak's going to have... Oh, no!
Yeah.
Um,
It's chaos on pit entry.
Yeah, I don't know what to judge of that really. Hanek needs to get himself in there to repair that damage, but I think that was both cars trying to go in at once, and all sort of mingling together. We'll try and catch what happened there. So it was Gibbons leads Hanek, as we saw previously as he came round seconds last corner. Gibbons hit the yellow curb, so did Hanek. Gibbons lost it. Hanek went into the back of Gibbons, who caught up with, I think that was Maz as well. Gibbons carried on, and then when Lucas Hanek was rejoining, they got caught up with a Ferrari, which I believe that might have been Galamini. So it was absolute carnage there, and I think Hanek is in the pit lane now. Yeah, he is. So as we were saying, it might be Dreyer still for the victory.
It could well be. I mean, what was it? He's got to finish greater than 12th or 12th and below.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's currently, where is he on the timings? Hanek is currently in P24 on my timing screen,
and he's still sat in the pit lane. So obviously he's got a lot of damage from that. It'll be difficult for him to recover. So yeah, I think that was commentator's curse in full flow, to be honest.
Yeah. Wow. It's made an exciting finale.
Yeah, it has, for sure. We'll say in pending any post-race penalties. Yeah. Obviously, I think some of that might have to be decided after the race. I don't know if you've even got to it yet, Luke.
Nope.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of incidents there.
Is that Hanek out the pits? I think.
Is he out of the pits now? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And he's about a lap down on where he was before, as we see Firth just passing him now. So he had a lot of damage on, which he's repaired, and he needs to get the burners on now, really, if he wants something significant. Kelly's looking to make some moves. I think Kelly's actually dropped back from where they started. Yeah, 3 positions, and they started in P20. But they're looking to make a move on Solarino at the moment, the Mustang. I'm looking
So up
forward
front,
to the
we've
end
still
of this
got
race, to be
Hustle. Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, we've got
Solarino
Hustle
goes
leading.
past Griffiths there. So now Kelly's got Griffiths in front of him. The Mustang made quite a good move with that opportunity there. As he goes wide again, maybe struggling on tyres, maybe wanting to come into the pit lane. Some more support
Very
from
close to
Galamini
an
in
E2.
the pit in the chat. Galamini's been in the where is Galamini? Oh, Galamini's done their stop, and they're currently P19. So I think they could move up to about P10 after all of this is finished. They did have the contact, unfortunately, with Hanek rejoining, but I don't think it's affected them too much, thankfully. Firth is now actually putting pressure on Wolf, who finds themselves in E6. It's about 1 second between those, and Gibbons behind is about 8 seconds down. So, and like very sketchy on second to last corner. Yeah, second to last corner is what sort of kicked it all off, really. He went over the yellow curb, went
Yeah, they
wide,
both just followed each other.
yeah, I think, well, it always happens, to be honest, when you're following a driver so closely for so long. You end up copying what they're doing, and then if one driver makes a mistake, you make a mistake as well. That's the danger of it. Got Manau in the pit lane now doing their stop. Actually, I was saying that Kelly's dropped down a couple of positions, but Kelly's done their pit stop, so I don't think they've dropped as many positions as we think they have. And Pryor's in 20th, only 4 seconds ahead of them, so I think Kelly could come out of the pit lane. Sorry, so could finish the pit window in about 12th place.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Jan Flack, who's behind Ben Ely. Ben Ely finds himself in 14th, but hasn't yet done his pit stop. Drea's now imagining himself
making
winning
a move.
a championship with 1 DNS and 1 Pyre. Who was that making a move? Pryor or?
Right, yeah, he just got past Galamini.
Yep, on the first corner. I'll try and go back and see if we can see that. So that was a lunge down the inside from Pryor there. Very clean manoeuvre, it looks like, with Galamini on the inside. And yeah, good move from Pryor. Textbook manoeuvre, I think.
Yeah. Kelly all over the back of Solarino. Really, really looking to make a boost.
Yeah, I think they both got past Griffith, who's now in the pit lane. And they're surrounded by everyone else who's doing the pit stop. So there's currently, pit stop wise, Mitchell leads Pryor the top spots. I don't know where Mitchell was before the pit stops. But we're about midway through the race now, so I think most people will start doing the pit stops now if they haven't already. Has anything changed up at the top?
Yeah, P3's just exiting the pits now.
Yeah, so P3's
What was P3? That's Bessie? Is that?
Trying to find it.
So he's dropped right down at the moment. So obviously a few drivers haven't actually stopped yet. Quite a few drivers actually.
That was Jan Flax who we were on with earlier, and now he's got Ben Ely in front. But these guys haven't done their pit stops. So, as I was saying about the undercut earlier, it depends on how much space you have around you. Is what you benefit from. As Fest goes slightly wider there and not steady. As he looks at the inside of Ben Ely, but doesn't make the move, thankfully. Ben, we know, is a good driver. He might recognise that Fest is a faster driver and might just let him through where he can. Obviously, if he loses too much time, then he's going to lose out to Flack as well. But maybe on this corner there might be a giveaway. Yeah, I think he's sort of just let him through on that one.
Yeah, well, it's left him vulnerable.
It's left him very vulnerable. I think that's Flax at the inside actually. It's going to be side by side through this corner. Very fast going to go side by side through. They're very close there. It's going to be battle of who's on the brakes. Ben's going to have the inside. Blacks is looking like they're going to get a better exit, and they'll have the inside for the next corner as well. Some good battle in here. But yeah, thankfully Flax takes the smart decision and backs out of that. So Ben keeps his position, and they both decide to go in the pits. So that'll be that for a while. We've got Firth Gibbons and Soloev in the pit lane now as well.
Most of the on-track battles have kind of fizzled out, really.
Yeah, I think to be honest, that's with the pit stops, and also we had that contact as well with Gibbons and Hanek and all that. So that's definitely spread out that battle that we had earlier. And the closest battles that we've got at the moment is, well, probably about a second between Solarino and Manau. Apart from that, it's all sort of spread out.
So Hanek is currently 15 seconds off the back of Kaminsky for P23.
Yeah.
We know that he's got to finish 12th or better
And
to
currently,
win the championship.
after the pit stops, he is sat in provisional sort of 16th.
Yeah, so he's got some work to do.
I don't think that'll change much actually. I think he might stay in sort of the low 20s.
I think he lost too much time, didn't he, with that spin?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just
lost
too
the
much time to lose.
And then he repaired the damage as well. So it could be like Dre was saying, it could be a championship win for him with a DNS and a 1 DNF. So it just shows that racing, it's all to play for.
Yeah. Well, we found that out from my last race that I did with ACM on the last corner of the last lap. That race.
That's a featured highlight on our channel if you fancy checking that out. That was a 69 minutes of Monza, that wasn't it?
Yeah. Unbelievable race that was.
Yeah. I mean, the ending, I was in complete shock. I couldn't believe my eyes. It was the best camera angle as well. We're on board with you. And we saw it all unfold in front, and then we saw the drag race for the finish. So I do love moments like that in sim racing.
I must admit, I didn't blink much.
Yeah, I bet the eyes are a little dry after all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Mitchell's closing on the back of Astakov.
Yeah,
for E10.
Switch to that. Pryor's also quite close to Gibbons as well.
Yeah, well, he's making a move.
Is that Pryor? Or...
No. Yeah, he looked like he was going to open it up, but he didn't.
Yeah, we saw him making a move the previous lap, Kyalami. So he's got it in him. I don't know whether Gibbons has got any damage that he didn't repair. We do know that the Aston is very strong around here, and it looks like he's got the speed out the exit. Judging by the rear of that McLaren, it looks like Mitchell's not repaired. Sorry, Gibbons has not repaired the damage, so they could be running slightly slower. And I think Pryor has probably got a clean car on him. Be a bit of damage on the front. It could be an easy move for Pryor, so long as he keeps it all nice and clean. We've still got the top runners to pit. I think Romeo Wolf and Overbeck are in the pit lane now, but Tamara and Yuzebi and Pevan are all still yet to pit. Further down the grid, I think we've had everyone apart from DeLuca, LaRue, and Drea, who's retired, to do their pit stops as well. Dre is saying, is it deserved if you got every race P1 but you are too silly to stay alive with a Honda? Well, it's just how it plays out, unfortunately. Yeah, 7 round Sunday has 1 drop round, so that'll be interesting to see how that counts towards it. So no, be careful guys, we need to hold Hanek behind.
Hanek is all over the back of Ben Ely now.
Let me go to that if I can find it. So Hanek, yeah, all over the back. Wow, there's a little bit of contact there as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looked like a touch.
Yeah.
He's saying, come on, Ben.
Yeah, he's like, go faster.
Push on. He's looking for the switchback. I think probably get Ben actually into turn 1. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a drag race.
Great drive, yeah. Alright, so that's Hanek up into P20. Fight from Ben, but Ben's got trouble. He's got Flax right behind him.
Sorry for hiding.
Closely followed by Piven as well, actually. Further up the grid, got Sulev. They just had a little bit of contact, not too much. He's got the move completed on Arminsky for P18.
Evan Flack and
Wolf.
Ben Elia. What have you just seen?
I was about to say, Wolf has he's jumped a lot of places.
Yeah, they're up in
He's
P5
into
at the moment.
P5.
And Fess is in P6, so I don't know what happened with them. Because they were at the top battling for sort of
Yeah, they were in top three, yeah.
positions. Yeah, that's given Romeo a position as well. It's P4. But yeah, Wolf in P5, that's very good to see. We've got Romeo, Wolf and Pryor in the Astons.
Right, both leaders are in the pits, Harry.
Yeah, Tomorrow and Else and Debbie.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, Tomorrow was stopped and Eusebi has just stopped slightly after him, so I think there could be a big gap between those two as they come out of the pits. I don't know how big the gap was when they emerged, when they went in, sorry.
Well, Max Hustle, he's 20 seconds away at the moment.
Yeah, we'll go on
Those
board
guys.
with him, and we'll see how it unfolds. It could be a big lead for Max, so long as he keeps it steady. It looks like the 50-meter board has been knocked out. So Tomorrow's just finished their pit stop. Eusebi's just finished theirs as well. They're heading towards the end of the pit lane. We'll go on board with the wing and see where they're emerging. They're not very close at all. To the Lamborghini. He's got a massive lead on him, about 6 or 7 seconds. You can see them just emerging down the pit exit now. So yeah, it could be a very easy win for Max here, as he's got about a 7-second gap behind. It's a two-way battle at the moment between Wolf and Feth. Wolf has dropped down a couple positions. I don't know what's happened here. Feth has gone up into P5. Michael Firth has now overtaken Wolf, and Wolf has dropped down to P7. So I don't know what I've missed, but something pretty significant has happened. Maybe Wolf has gone wide on the corner, and he's gone.
He's lost it. Wow, well held.
Yeah, very well held. So yeah, maybe he's. Let's have a look actually. Has anyone taken only fuel? I think everyone on the grid has taken tyres, which is interesting to see. Only fuel was mandated. Tyres was optional. It was one or the other, or both.
Yeah.
So I think people are wanting maybe the new tyres.
I was thinking, Dreya's saying a 10-second penalty for Hannock. He would say that for harassing Healy.
That's the Patreon benefits for you.
Well, we'll see. Hannock's up to P20 at the moment, Eric. So keep your eyes peeled.
You're the only one today having an easier win. Yeah, you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the comms, mate. The championship is pretty secure. Hannock's down in P20 at the moment. He needs to get 8 places if he wants to win. Pit window's now closed. I think everyone's done their pit stop, apart from yourself, Dreya. Beluca has actually missed their pit stop. Interestingly enough, so they're going to get a hefty penalty after the race. I don't know if they'll even go in now. No, they stay out. So I don't know why they've chosen.
How does that work? Is that a DSQ
30,
or is that a hefty penalty at the end?
I think it's 30 seconds. So
That seems like a small price to pay for not pitting, really.
It does, to be honest. I don't know if it's a DSQ or 30 seconds. It might be a DSQ actually. I can't remember, but I think Alex Zakdal at one point missed his. But we might have subbed it down to a 30 seconds, seeing as he did some additional time loss for himself. But we'll find out at the end of the race. Everyone else has done their pit stop as required. So Michael Firth is one of the bigger winners from this race at the moment. They've moved up from P10 into P6 in the Mustang. They're carrying it quite well. Wolf behind, who was in P5, has dropped down to P7, but they started in P11, so they've moved up 4 places as well. Gibbons, bar 1, is the only driver on track to be in his qualifying position. Started P9, currently in P9, and they're about 2 seconds from Mitchell in front, with about 1 second to Pryor behind. So we know Gibbons was having quite a big battle earlier for P6. Unfortunately, dropped down with battle earlier. I do quite like Gibbons' livery actually. Sort of a nice bluey sort of purple on that car, and it's got the Union Jack on the wing as well. It's good to see so many liveries on grid, and so many nice ones as well. You got the lime green one there of Bess. If you do fancy joining us for some racing, if you're in the chat and you're not raced with us yet, the Discord link is in the chat. Come and join us. We run about 4 to 5 races a week at the moment, so we've got a lot on offer. What else have we got going on? So we're starting to see the emergence of this battle again.
I was about to say this is the closest battle at the moment between the top, well, between 5 and 7.
Yep, that's Fessy in P5, Firth in P6 and Wolf in P7 as Wolf looks around the outside of Firth there. Will said 45 races a week, no, 425. 45 races a week, one day. Your eyes peeled. Astikov, Pryor and Gibbons, to be fair, are actually also quite close. Astikov's done quite well to get in this position. He started in P16 and they moved up 5 places. The driver with the most positions gained is actually Manau in the Porsche. They started in P22 and they're currently running in P14, about 3 seconds down from P13, so they're doing very well in that Porsche.
Yeah, really good job.
Them.
I think looking at the battle up front, you know, for was it sixth place? Got a feeling if Firth drops out of the slipstream, then Wolf's gonna probably have him.
Yeah. There's a joke.
He's gonna come
about hunting and wolves. I won't say it. Yeah, I think Wolf will definitely take any opportunity he can get as Firth is sort of dropping back from Fess in front. We know Fess was a driver with definite P3 pace, so interesting. Yeah, I think we've actually got a battle further down. Heaven, Flack and Ben Ely still having a battle between each other. Ben's got a Ferrari right up his rear at the moment, and Hanek seems to have got past him at some point. It's going to be side by side into the first corner with Flack on the outside, Ben on the inside. Flack is later on the brakes, Ben is later on the brakes actually. They potentially didn't get it as good there and they went wide. That's given a Flack
that's allowed Pevan to arrive on the scene.
Yep, so now it's Flack leads, Ely leads Pevan, but Pevan's now looking to gain instead of Ely looking to get back on Flack. So that's how quick it can change really, and you can see there Pevan looking at the inside of Ely's Lamborghini. As we were saying earlier, Ely is a very clever driver. We know him to sort of recognise a battle when it's not worth taking. So maybe interesting battles between them. But there's a very close battle happening between Astikov and Pryor at the moment. I think Pryor's got a worse exit here. Astikov's on the outside. It's going to be a drag race down to the first corner. They're both about equal at the moment as they close in together. They're leaving enough space to each other. It's going to be a battle again of who's on the brakes the latest. But Astikov was the latest there, but gets a better line out of the exit. I don't think it'll be enough for a switchback though, as Pryor does get a good line there. Pryor said, better than the first challenge. That would have been more realistic than me finishing a race in the Honda. Yeah, I mean, he could have started from the
Pryor's
pit lane in
got
the
a bit
McLaren,
wide.
to be fair. What was that, sorry?
I was just saying Pryor's just a little bit wide. He's got the
Yeah,
tyres in the dirt.
I don't think Astikov will make a move on the outside. Well, actually, I'm entirely wrong.
Yeah.
Astikov's made a move on the outside. He's got the inside for the next corner, and that's given the position from Pryor. And now Galamini's on the rear as well, so that's given Gibbons quite a break. There's about 3 seconds. Sorry, Mitchell quite a break. There's about 3 seconds there. As Pryor drops out of the top 10 positions. Astikov, another car that runs the
A bit further up. Firth's
ACM
gone
livery.
off. Gone
Yeah,
wide.
Firth's gone wide, yeah. We'll try and see if we can see that quickly.
I think he just caught himself out on the brakes. Missed his braking
It might
zone.
have been actually got too close to Fess in front. I don't know if there was any contact. I don't think there was, no. But it looked like they were very close between each other. So yeah, now Firth is dropped down into P7, and Wolf is right on the rear of Fess. So it's going to be a battle of who's late on the brakes. Fess covers the line there. Wolf goes to the outside. He's going to have the outside for this corner, the inside for the next one. Fess has got the better line. Wolf drops in behind. Firth has now caught up again. So it's turned into a three-way battle. Wolf is later on the brakes. Could have a good line out of this corner, provided they keep it clean, which they do. They're going to decide to go for the inside on the next corner. Whether they get given the space is another question. Firth is on the outside of Wolf. And it looks like Firth's got the position. They're going to have more track to cover.
That's incredible.
On the inside. Wow.
Oh, that's an excellent move from Firth.
Yeah. Made most of the opportunity there. Going on the outside of Wolf as he was going up the inside. And Fess keeps his P5 position at the moment. Oh no!
Oh,
Have they corrected it? No. So Galamini's gone
just
up,
about.
I think maybe up the inside there. See if we can see that again. So Pryor was on the outside of Astikov. Galamini goes up the inside, slightly taps the rear end of Pryor, and they both sort of go into the wall. It's a lot of damage for Galamini, and he's unfortunately returned to the pit lane. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's front end damage.
Yeah, that was quite a.
Another one for the stewards, I think, on that one.
I think it could be post-race at this point. There's quite a lot of incidents still yet to cover. We've got a couple of penalties that have been applied. Wolf has got a 5-second penalty, which will affect his finishing position. Krasnov has also got a 5-second penalty down in P16. So we'll see how that affects it at the end of the race.
Just looking a bit further back, I was about to say the Overbeck battles is on at the minute.
We know Krasnov has got the 5-second penalty, so Fess has got a drive-through. Fess is running in P5, who we saw having a battle, has got a drive-through. Thank you for pointing that out, Drea. So that means that currently, provisionally, Firth is in P5 and Wolf is in P6. I don't know whether these guys are going to continue battling. I'll just wait for Fess to take his drive-through. We've got a spinner, car number 17. Has got a yellow flag. I don't know where they are. Now that's
32nd place, that one.
Yeah, Kaleka in the Porsche. I think they might be new to sim racing.
Well, Overbeck's got Krasnov's just lost it.
Yeah, Krasnov is. Yeah. Looks like he's got it going again. That's on the third corner. He's lost down.
That was a big slide.
A couple positions. He's gone about 5 seconds back now. He's in P16. That's given Overbeck the position. So Kelly's in front, P14. We were saying earlier that they could. Was he given the position? That looked like Kelly gave the position to Overbeck. So I don't know if there was anything.
There may be some sort of tactics going on here for what place they're positioning in the standings. Finishing in the standings.
I mean, if you can calculate that mid-race, fair enough. But yeah, interesting. Maybe there was contact between these two as well, 529 and 91. Yeah, there was. If it was anything.
Battle going on into turn 1 between Burr and Wolf.
Yeah, it looks like Kelly ran wide. Sorry, I'll switch that battle now. But yeah, Kelly ran wide Overbeck, so maybe that was for that position back. Wolf is all over Firth again. It could be a repeat of what we've seen already. As Fess now.
Grant that Mustang.
Fess is now doing their drive-through. Down quite a few people. But it is between Wolf and Firth at the moment. Firth is about 14 seconds back from Romeo, and Gibbons is about 15 seconds from these two. So it's down to these two who wants 5th and 6th position. Hanak's currently in P18, Drea, so I think he could be good. I don't think he'll get in 6 positions in 8 minutes. Brakes very late there. Made. The Fesser's exited from his drive-through in P8, and he's behind Gibbons, so it looks like we've got another battle on our hands, thankfully. And Manau, who we were saying earlier has made up quite a lot of positions, is now in P13, and they're only 0.6 behind Mitchell in front.
Drive-through for
Fantastic
second.
effort.
What's that, Luke?
Second has got a drive-through.
Yeah, tomorrow's got a drive-through as well.
I'm
Interesting.
assuming these are for track limits.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are, yeah. Unless it was applied by you, Luke.
No, that was the game.
Yeah, so track
First
limits,
battle
of
again,
course,
Harry.
a massive factor here. We've got the battle between Wolf and Firth. Wolf
Sends
goes on
it
the
in.
inside.
Wolf's gone for it. Oh, that's...
Oof, very close. Yeah, Wolf gains the
made it
position
stick.
there. Fair enough to him. See if Firth is able to do anything about that. We know that Mustang is quite slidey on the exit corners.
Yeah, can confirm that.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is that Firth sort of doesn't need to worry too much because obviously Wolf's got that 5-second penalty, hasn't he? So
Yeah, as long as he stays
Don't
within
wanna
5
fight too
seconds
hard.
of him, he's good. Unless Firth has got any pending penalties as well, that's also to be considered. I don't know if Firth has been in any contacts actually. No, kind of 86.
I do not
Okay.
believe he has been.
Yeah, I can't really see anything. One between them is 7-6. Yeah, that's Wolf now into P5, and Firth has sort of dropped back. Fess is looking to get back what he lost from the drive-through. We'll keep an eye on Tamura as well to see where they come out after the drive-through. It could be in sort of contention with Wolf and Firth, so there could be a third car added to that battle. So Fess is currently about 0.3 seconds behind Gibbons, goes slightly deep into that corner there. It's a battle of the McLarens, equal machinery, obviously different setups, different drivers. 6 minutes left of this race, so it's all to play for really. It's unfortunate that Tamura got that drive through. That's going to lose them the podium positioning.
yeah, I think if the race was to finish in this order, I think Pryor has probably secured P3 in the championship
Yeah, definitely.
because
Who was he?
Overbeck's P4
Yep.
and
Astikov.
in the championship, and he's currently in 14th. So I think
Astikov, to
he-
be fair,
he's
is
pretty
in
clear.
P9. Front.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be, unless there's 1 point difference. The 3 points it is difference between Astikov and Pryor. So, what position is he in? Pryor's in P10.
Pryor's in P10.
Have a look at the scorings. P10, 36 points. Oh, they'd be even.
They'd be even as the current positions.
Yeah. So, it'd go down to what races or what positions they scored in each race, would it not?
I've got no idea. I've never had this situation before.
Yeah.
I think Pryor then, if he knows, will be pushing as hard as he possibly can. He's about 1.2 seconds behind Astikov at the moment. And we know the Aston is very fast.
I'm pretty sure he'd want to settle it on track.
Mirror's just emerged from the pit lane, and they're not really near anyone. About 7 seconds back to Wolf, so I think there'll be no more battles between them. But Romeo, who currently also has the fastest lap of the race of 1:40.2, has been promoted to P3 in the Aston, so they've done exceptionally well. They've got back their qualifying position. Eusebi, I don't think he's going to have any change unless they get a drive-through as well. Romeo, to be fair, is only 0.5 behind, so ignore my previous statement about change. try and keep an eye on both of these battles. It looks like Pryor was close there to Astikov. Now about 1 second, just less than between those two. Bess has sort of dropped back from Gibbons as well. It's about 1.5, 2 seconds between those. Further down the grid, it looks like Flack is now battling for Arminsky in P19. It's Ferrari versus Ferrari on that one. Benny Lee's dropped about 5 seconds back. So he's just sort of racing his own race. Romeo's dropped back quite a ways. There's about 0.9 now for those guys. Looks like
Pryor is. So Pryor's just over a second now from Astikov.
Yeah, 1.2.
They're fighting their way through the traffic, so
interestingly,
that could open up.
Bess is only 1.2 ahead of Astikov, so I don't think it'll close up any more in these last 3 minutes. But if the race was any longer, we might have seen some change there.
Well, out of those three drivers, so P8, P9, P10, Pryor is half a second quicker than those guys over the last lap.
Yeah.
He's really pushing.
Yeah. We know Pryor to be a consistent driver as well. I mean, obviously they had the incident with Kyalami. Fortunately, they got it back going. I don't know how much damage that Pryor has.
Yeah, he was a bit slower that lap, but he did overtake someone. Fest did a 44.4. I don't know if he's got damage or not, Fest, or whether he just had a bit of a dirty lap.
It looks like he's got some damage, but I think that's damage that he's had from the start, from that P1, from that lap 1 contact. He goes slightly wide there. I don't think that'll affect him too much. Romeo up in P3 is about 0.4 from Eusebi now. I'll try and keep my eye on what I can, as Overbeck and Manau are currently battling as well. I think Manau's dropped back from where he was in relation to Mitchell, so maybe a little bit of a collision there.
Wow. Romeo is pushing on the back of Eusebi as well.
Yeah, I'm going to stick to this one, to be honest, because it's podium positions. But yeah, we know Eusebi is a very good driver, and he had a lot of practice yesterday, 6 hours straight. Kyalami. Yes, it was in the rain, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too significantly. Kyalami's Kyalami.
Go for a move in turn 1, I reckon, here.
Yeah, he's looking at the inside. But
doesn't quite.
Eusebi's sort of covered the line there, as Romeo eventually looks to get a better exit. Looks like from that livery, it looks like Romeo is from the Turgo Racing team, so have you guys here. Got a couple of drivers from different leagues in tonight. I know Tomorrow's from Simhaven, league that they've got there, and obviously Turgo, they're quite a big league as well. Firth is still about 0.7 back from Wolf, so as it stands, with Wolf's 5-second penalty, it will be Firth in P5, providing there is no further incident or penalty to be applied. I think there's quite a lot to apply post-race, so what you're seeing here might be slightly different, as we see Flack going at the inside there, a little bit of a double bang at the inside. Yeah, but Flack's made the move, gives it
Just
back.
gave it back.
Yeah, no, that's good racing there.
Fair one.
I think he recognised the fact that he did the dive late, made contact and gained the position, so he just gave it up. And they've got the race leader Max Hussle behind, who actually might be on the final lap. And I'm correct, yeah, so that's Max Hussle for the win.
Has he won the race?
Yeah, he's just won the race.
He's done. Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah.
That was timed perfectly.
Yeah, there's about 1 second there. I don't think Max himself was predicting it, but yeah, very well done, mate. As Eusebi crosses the line in front of Romeo in P2. But yeah,
Well done, guys.
Kim, that was an excellent race from you. It was good on the first corner, and you sort of led the race from there onwards. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Tamara, who we saw get the drive-through, has finished in P4 now. Fortunately, just outside of the podium positions. Wolf is in P5, but we know that with the 5-second penalty, they'll end up in P6. That'll swap with Firth in the Mustang behind. Gibbons, who we saw having that contact earlier, is just sort of coming across the line now. We see them doing some celebratory weaves there in P7. Fess has also just crossed the finish line with Astakov behind. That's P8 and P9 respectively. Pryor's finished in P10, so that'll see those Astakov and Pryor equal on the standings. Solarino's just crossed the line as well. So has Mitchell in P12. Overbeck's crossed the line in the BMW there. Manau's finished in P14. Kelly in P15, Krasnov in P16. Looks like Soloev's going to be behind Krasnov, a fellow teammate of Krasnov in P17. Arminsky is just coming through the final few corners now to finish the race in P19 with Flack behind, who we saw having the battles earlier. Ely is also coming across the final few corners, finish in 21. And Evan, Hara, DeLuca, Bragg, Iverson, Spadaro finish off the top 27. So, well done to Kim for your race win, and well done to Drea for your championship win. That was an excellent race, I think.
Yeah, congrats. Exciting last race, I've got to say.
That was, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that, to be honest. There was a lot to talk about throughout the entire time, and some good battling as well, so I'm proud of that.
I believe that has put Eric Dreyer as the champion.
Yeah. Yeah, very well done, Eric. That's your second championship trophy to your name, so you're about halfway to John. We'll see if we can get anyone in. See if we can get anyone in for a post-race interview.
Yeah, let's have a look. See if anyone would like to come in.
I've asked Tomorrow if he'd like to come in and comment on his drive-through. Yeah, he's accepted to come in, so we'll get the P4 finisher tomorrow to come in for an interview. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. How was that race?
It was sweaty, but yeah, I kinda ruined it at the end, but yeah, it was fun. Missed the pit box and made few mistakes, which cost me battle. I think we were very close to strategy, but yeah, I lost way too much time. And then unfortunate drive-through at the end. I haven't even noticed I was on 3 warnings how much I was pushing, and
yeah, no, it was unfortunate seeing it in the last sort of 10 minutes or so. And I mean, you were going for so long in sort of the podium position, so we were quite upset to see that. But I think generally that was a very good race.
yeah, it was very fun.
Green light, show them what you got.
Considering like no BOP and Ferrari is not the best on this track, it was very fun. But yeah, fun race.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. And I mean, P4 is a good finish at the end of the day as well. It's good to round out the championship.
Yeah, it was fun. To be honest, I did join at the last round, so I didn't really focus on the championship. I just saw, oh, it's Kyalami, why not join?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
But
I
yeah,
mean, the racing is good practice
fun
anyhow.
race. Yeah.
Are you going to be joining us next week for 7 round Sunday, or is that undecided?
I have no idea actually. Next week, it's like 25th, right?
26th.
Yeah, I should be free. It's Suzuka, right?
Yeah, Suzuka.
Yeah, I could join.
Yeah,
If
cool.
I have time, I would join. So yeah,
See
see
you
you
there
next
then.
week.
Yeah, cool. Well done for your P4. It's unfortunate about that drive-through,
Yeah, well done.
but no, it was a good race nonetheless.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool. Have yourself a good evening, mate. Well done. We'll see if we can get anyone else in for an interview. I don't think we can get anyone. Maybe we can try and get Ben
Yeah,
in.
I've just asked the question, but wasn't any response yet. Where did Ben finish? Was he 21st, wasn't he? He's talking about where he wasn't. He was sort of trying not to let the leader lap him because he didn't want to get lapped on that last lap. Mark Messers agreed to do an interview.
Yep, we'll drag him in now. I think we've got Peter Romeo as well, who finished in 3 at the end, I think. Well, I'll bring Mark Maz in now.
Cool.
Good evening, mate. How was that?
Well, it was a great race after the couple incidents at the beginning, but it was a good race overall.
Yep.
Did you
And
get
then
tagged,
to,
Mark, by the lead pack when they were going near the pit entry? Looked like they sort of bounced off the wall and just hit the back of your car.
It was me, which I left the track to get on lap because I didn't see any space, and someone hit the curb
Yeah.
and then hit me. So yeah, that was me.
Yeah, we thought so. that
Didn't
pretty
really-
much for what cost Hannock his championship. That
Oh,
what
damn.
happened there.
Then I'm extremely sorry.
Oh, it wasn't your fault. Wasn't your fault. You just unfortunately got tagged.
Yeah.
How was that race for you, though? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I have to say that the McLaren is a really different car compared to yesterday's Ferrari, but other than that, yeah, it was a fun race.
Awesome.
Good way to kick off the series. Or
Yeah.
to close it,
So-
rather.
Yeah, it was a very good finale round. I think that was. Definitely watch the stream back if you've got some time. We had some excellent battling.
Any battles involving me? By any
I
chance?
think we switched on to you a couple of times. I think maybe during qualifying a couple of times. But yeah, no, it was a very good end to the finale. Sorry, very good end to the championship. But yeah, see that you had a good race.
I did.
Yeah, are you joining us for 7 round Sunday?
I will. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So we'll see you then.
Sweet. Well done, mate.
See you next week.
Yep, have a good one.
See ya.
So we'll bring in the P3 finisher, Romeo, now for a final race interview. Good evening, mate.
Good evening.
How was that?
Oh, it was a great race. It
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
That
At the beginning, I had a little bit of an accident. I was distracted by the Lamborghini. Just cut into the apex, and I hit just a little bit the Ferrari, but nothing too great.
Yeah, it was a
I could
four-way.
figure it out. Yeah, it was just
Four-way
little
into that
tap.
first corner. But yeah, it was a little tap.
Yeah.
Figured it out, and you did very well to get yourself back up into. It was P3 that you finished in.
Yep.
Yeah, no, so you did very
Good
well to get
catch
back into that. There was some
think
good battles in there
one-
as well.
I think also some people in front of me didn't change tire.
I was looking at that actually. I think
right.
it might have been.
I think so.
It
I
might
think
have been a
so.
lot of people maybe had damage that they repaired for, so they sacrificed the tire instead.
I sacrificed the damage for tires.
Yeah, yeah.
Was the better choice, I think.
Did you,
The
did you
Aston
have so
looks
much?
good out there, though.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Did you have
What did you
much damage that was sort of affecting you, or?
About 7 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I think a lot of people did that, to be fair, because it was a lot of sort of 33, 34-second stops.
Yeah. No, but I didn't just change tire and fuel. I didn't fix the damage.
Yeah, no, it was a very good racing. Well done for your P3. Are you joining us for 7 round Sunday next week?
No, because I have to do the SRO qualifiers. Community
yeah,
qualifier.
no, fair enough. Which community is that for?
Toga. Toga
oh yeah,
Motorsport.
yeah, no, fair enough. I saw your event listing there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, best of luck with that one. We've got
Thank you very much.
We've got ours coming up soon.
We can need it.
Yeah, yeah, it's good to do though. So
Yeah.
very well done, P3.
Thank you very
I'll
much.
see you back in your race soon enough.
I hope so.
Very nice work.
Very fun. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye bye.
Cool, so that rounds off the final round of Second Chance Sunday. Obviously we had the big grid at Kyalami this evening. Hopefully you all enjoyed watching, and if you're watching this back, hopefully it was a good one to watch back as well. I think we had enough battles to keep us entertained. But yeah, if you are watching, or you're watching this back and you want to join us for some more, I think Gavin's just saying in the chat that was the best race he's ever had. Had a great battle at the back, that's good to hear. We've got the same sort of format next weekend, with 7 rounds Sunday happening at the same time. So we'll probably see you on comms then, and if not, we'll see you on track. Goodbye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.